Fans are calling the I'm A Celeb All-Stars Live final the most dramatic night in reality TV history after it aired on ITV on Friday night. All hell broke loose when sportsman Jimmy Bullard, 47, challenged actor Adam Thomas, 37, over an expletive-filled row they had in the jungle, calling his behaviour aggressive and threatening and accusing ITV of editing the scene to make Adam look good. While Adam did in fact apologise for his behaviour, Jimmy angrily insisted that ITV air the full tape, causing a row to break out and for the hosts Ant and Dec to lose control of proceedings. Fans commented on social media about how uncomfortable the viewing of the first ever Live final was, writing, "This is more dramatic than anything I've seen in a theatre all year." That was the craziest 5 minutes of hashtag I'm A Celeb in 25 years. I absolutely love the drama of live TV, but David and Jimmy are embarrassing themselves. To have Ant and Dec, the unbiased hosts, telling you you're chatting st? Pathetic. David is just a massive high school bully. Sorry I've not been active, but the drama on main's too good. By drama, I mean the fallout from the I'm A Celeb final. Bro, I blinked and it became drama, someone explain properly. Bro, every season just turns into pure chaos for no reason. I'm A Celeb Live final will go down in history books. Gemma Collins is an absolute icon. Ant and Dec are national treasures and good on them for sticking up for Adam. Absolute cinema. It was complete and utter chaos and Ant and Dec had to step in. So what's behind the feud in the first place? Jimmy and Adam had a fallout when Jimmy said "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here" during a pair's trial, because he wanted to go home but still receive his full fee. He has been teamed up with Adam, and saying the words meant both men would be going home. It caused Adam to lose his temper, and he was seen on screen calling Jimmy a P and using the F word several times. Adam was able to stay on the show regardless, causing people to brand the show a fix. Jimmy loses his cool during the final, causing chaos. During the live final, Jimmy claimed the exchange with Adam was much worse than shown, claiming Adam also used the C word and was aggressive, abusive and intimidating. Host Ant, 50, insisted that what was televised was a clear representation of what happened, but some bits were omitted because they were unbroadcastable. Jimmy claimed he had said, "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here," losing his place on the show because he needed to leave for personal reasons but still wanted to get his full fee. He said, "When we went down to trial, it was originally for stars, so then I chose Adam when it was for stars. Then you sprung a big light bulb moment in my head when you said the bottom two get to go home, so I didn't choose Adam after that. I didn't know anyone was going home, I thought it was for stars." He claimed someone on production and asked about the terms of his contract, and claimed he would only get a percentage of his payment if he quit while in camp, but would get the whole amount if he did it during a trial. But fuming about how the scene was edited, Jimmy fumed at Ant and Dec. "What I don't stand on is someone being abusive, aggressive and intimidating. Yous were there, you had front row seats. You didn't show none of that. You didn't show any of the C-bombs, it's a liberty." Ant argued, "The reason we didn't air the C-bomb is because that is unbroadcastable. I was there and I didn't think it was intimidating. I was there, Jim." Adam apologizes for his actions. During Adam's opportunity to speak, he said, "I take full responsibility for my actions and yes, emotions were definitely running high in that moment. I have nothing but love for Jimmy in that moment. I have apologized to Jimmy on numerous occasions and I do take everything that he is saying into account, and the only thing I can do is apologize. That is not how I want to show myself off, and I have never shown myself off like that before or after that. I do apologize, Jimmy." Funny way of showing it, David interjected before Ant and Dec furiously told him to stop interrupting. David and Sunita backed Jimmy's view on things. David continued, "I like to say how I see it, I like to keep it real, and what I have seen is a lot of editing to make this poor guy," pointing to Adam, "the victim so the people will support him. We all had banter back and forth, a lot of it was cut out from their side. But I think it is time for the truth. Storming off stage, Sunita yelled at the audience, "Guys, you weren't there. I was there and it was aggressive and abusive. We were shaking." Jimmy shouted in the background, "You can't be aggressive, abusive and intimating. It doesn't matter if Adam said sorry." "I will not take you, Ant, saying it wasn't aggressive, abusive and intimating. You can't say that. Show it, let everyone watch it, let's play it now!" Ex-Tottenham Hotspur manager and former I'm A Celebrity winner Harry Redknapp, 79, when challenged by Jimmy for a response, demurred and stayed silent. Host Ant stands his ground with a furious Jimmy. The confrontation finished with Ant telling Jimmy, "Right, let's leave it there." Well, agree to disagree, the hosts, usually implacable, appeared to almost lose their temper at times, with Ant telling both Bullard and "Hey, you weren't there." David had also confronted Adam and questioned whether he deserved to win after calling Jimmy the C-word in South Africa, causing Gemma to put her arm across him and tell him to shut up. After that challenge, "I do think I deserve to win," Adam proudly replied. "Don't you think you should ask Jimmy whether he thinks he deserves to win?" David added. "Because there was a lot of that stuff cut out of it. Listen, I've got nothing but love for Jimmy, I think it was just." Adam plays the victim. Deck hit back, "David, you were gone. You weren't even there." Adam added, "Will you just let the finalists talk?" As Gemma put an arm out to hold David back while the studio erupted into chaos. Viewers are convinced they caught Jimmy lying about the trial. Yet fans are convinced Jimmy has lied, and he did single Adam out because a previous clip shows Deck saying, "Over the next few days you'll be taking on trials and challenges in pairs. And your fate going forward will depend on how well you perform during each trial in that pair." Attendees of the finale have since shared shocking details, with claims Adam was seen ripped up his winner's crown and throwing the mascot to the ground after David goaded him in unseen footage from the final. Now it has been claimed that in unseen footage from the night, Adam ripped his crown off his head and threw it to the ground. The move allegedly came after David goaded Adam, according to The Sun, with the boxer reportedly telling the Emmerdale actor, "You're not a worthy winner." Jimmy plots to take legal action against ITV? It has been reported that Jimmy is said to be planning to take legal action against ITV and was using the finale to build up evidence. Elsewhere, The Sun claimed Gemma Collins, a close friend of Adam, called David a nasty BD and said the boxer and footballer Jimmy were an embarrassment to reality TV. David and Jimmy claim they were kicked out of the live final as Gemma brands them disgusting. David and Jimmy have since claimed they were kicked out of the final by bosses, with David alleging the reason was for trying to tell the truth. As Jimmy and David headed out of ITV studios, flanked by security guards, fans outside heard the duo discuss being thrown out. "We've been kicked out the show. What's that about? Genuinely," David said. Speaking to someone on the phone, David said, "Jimmy, tell them what happened." Jimmy replied, "We got kicked out." Asked by a fan, "Why have you been kicked out?" David responded, "For trying to tell the truth." The pair then waited for their rides home while being glued to their phones following the showdown that will go down in TV history. Gemma branded Jimmy and David's conduct disgusting and said the behavior that got them kicked out of the final made the cast so uncomfortable. The former TOWIE star, 45, stormed off stage with Sunita during the final after Jimmy accused Adam of being abusive, aggressive and intimidating, while David exploded into a tyrannical rant. Gemma made her feelings clear, sharing the video and making her feelings clear by writing, "Good job." Behavior was disgusting for the rest of the cast. Right move was made as we all felt so uncomfortable. A member of the audience from the final has claimed even more drama occurred when the cameras weren't rolling on Friday. David tries to make amends with Adam, but co-stars are left in tears. One fan said on Instagram that she saw former boxer David, who had been accused of bullying Adam, actually try to make amends and shake hands with his rival. She went on to describe the fallout on stage as something from Jerry Springer, which left Ashley Roberts and Scarlett Moffat in tears during the commercial break. The fan said, "What you didn't see was that after the first time David was heckling Adam, during the ad break David went over to all the final four on the sofa and to say hi, and Adam just point blank refused to shake his hand, and was like, no, I'm not having this." She said that while Jimmy spoke about his contract details and reasons for quitting camp, David would not be quiet, which led to the audience booing him. That's why Sunita got up and stormed off the stage and shouted at the audience, "You weren't there, it was really aggressive, it was really intimidating." And then the GC got up and stormed off as well. Then Ashley started crying, Scarlett started crying, it was carnage, the fan added. Before going on to claim that something went down off stage during one break before the stars returned looking very heated. It's been reported that Jimmy is said to be planning to take legal action against ITV and used Friday's chaotic finale as a way of gathering evidence. Jimmy was spotted glancing at his phone during the final, with a source claiming he was looking at notes as well as possibly recording the clash to back up his claims. They said, proving that Adam's behavior was abusive, aggressive and intimidating is the key to Jimmy's legal case against ITV because that behavior is in breach of the contract. Jimmy stated that Adam was abusive, aggressive and intimidating 9 times, a phrase which is said to be used in the celebs' contracts to describe unacceptable behavior. Jimmy didn't only repeat that phrase, he also built up on-air evidence of other campmates agreeing that Adam crossed that line. The insider told The Sun, at one point he had his phone out to check notes, but no one is sure whether he was also recording chatter between the cast. Insiders say it's clear from his conduct that a case is being built and that the channel is braced for it after the way he monopolized his moment. Sunita stands by her words and defends Jimmy and David. Sunita, however, has stood by Jimmy and David and shared a statement on Sunday reflecting on her experience. Sunita has now shared a new statement saying that the word bully is a very serious accusation, but did insist that she was happy that Adam won in the end. She penned in a lengthy post, "I really wish everyone had been given a proper chance to speak last night, so it didn't end up feeling hectic with people trying to talk over each other. Before I walked out, all I wanted to say was this: I hate that people are being called bullies and that there is bad blood between us. I had a wonderful time with everyone, despite one difficult incident, and I truly hope we can hold on to the life lessons and the incredible experience we shared together. I adore them all. I also feel that the word bully is a very serious accusation. It's something I don't believe should be used lightly. There are too many truly bad people in the world already, and it's dangerous to label good people in that way." Adam apologized, and I thought that was a very grown-up thing to do. I also believe friendships and banter can sometimes be misunderstood when viewed from the outside. I simply ask people to try and see both sides. I also want to say clearly, I am not a bully either. Over the last 2 weeks I've received a lot of verbal abuse on social media. I understand people feel passionate about the show and support their favorites, and I respect that, but I don't deserve to be sworn at or called names. I would never treat anyone like that. You call me grandma. But would you speak to your grandmother that way? What about kindness? What about respect? Social media shouldn't be about finding someone to hate and then everyone joining in. She continued, I had a life-changing, amazing time on this show. When I first started in this business, there wasn't social media like this, so this side of things has been unexpected for me. You can call me talentless, ugly, desperate, past it, irrelevant. But those things are not true, and ironically, that behavior is also bullying. So please watch my videos knowing they were my early opinions at the time. Some thoughts may naturally evolve after watching the show, but one thing hasn't changed: I still love everyone. And I truly appreciate your passion and loyalty. The experience is finished now. We all survived the African jungle and the trials, and we have a new king, Adam Thomas. I wish him well. I always have. Him just learning how to cope with this side of things. Essex, Ant is flanked by security after an awkward run-in. Just hours after the finale, Ant suffered an awkward run-in with Jimmy as he headed home alongside his wife, Anne-Marie Corbett. Ant appeared to laugh off the matter as Jimmy attempted to get his attention, before a security guard stepped in. And Daily Mail's Katie Hind reports, while TV audiences saw Ant going head-to-head with a furious Bullard, it was Dec who had what is described to me as a full-on argument with the footballer when the cameras weren't rolling. They were arguing, and that's when the security guards came in. Dec was rowing and Ant stormed off to have a vape, saying what a mess it had all turned into. Those in the audience couldn't believe it. Read more, here. Scarlett fights back tears as she gives her verdict as she slams campmates. Later, pregnant Scarlett Moffat fought back tears as she slammed her campmates for ruining Adam's winning moment of glory. She opened up on ITV's After Show Unpacked where she spoke out in support of Adam, who was crowned Jungle King. Adam failed to appear on Unpacked. Following the shock moment, fellow campmate Scarlett was asked by Unpacked hosts Kemi Rogers and Sam Thompson about how she felt about the results. She was joined by Gemma, Sunita, and Ashley, who said, "I hope Adam enjoys it. He's been through so much and I just hope that he can take a second because I feel like he doesn't feel like he maybe deserves it." An emotional Scarlett then added, "He does deserve it. It was hard in there and he was amazing and he was a friend to us all. And it is really disheartening that he didn't get to have that moment of glory, and well done to Moa and to Harry and Craig." Adam's wife Caroline stands up for her man. Caroline later called David and Jimmy a pack of vultures. Following the scenes, Adam's wife Caroline has said she was horrified and that nice guys don't finish last, they come out on top. She penned, "What should have been a night of celebration for everyone, turned into a glimpse of a real jungle, watching a pack of vultures attack. I have never ever seen anything like the vile display that was demonstrated live on national television last night, on what is supposed to be a loved family show full of laughter and fun. Not one bit of that was fun, or banter. As a wife my heart is breaking and I will forever be horrified at what I had to sit and watch my husband go through." Even though Adam, the kindest, most loving person, was breaking inside, he somehow found a strength to stay calm, composed and once again stand up for himself. So congratulations my baby, on continuing to stay true to yourself. Congratulations on not only winning the show, but winning the hearts of the nation. You showed everyone exactly what a real man should be, and the kind of values every parent should aim to raise their children with: poise, dignity, empathy, honesty and simply a big heart. Adam reflects on how he was treated during the final. A day later, Adam admitted how the show nearly broke him and took a swipe at people who tried to dim his light as he paid tribute to his wife on her birthday. He penned, "I walked through this journey with my heart first, no matter what came my way. It was not always easy, there were moments that could have broken me, but I stayed true to myself and that is something I will always be proud of." He went on, "I have realized that when people try to dim your light, it says more about them than it ever will about you. This experience has shown me my strength in ways I never imagined. Not because of any title or recognition, but because I stayed kind, I stayed grounded and I stayed real. Family means everything to me, and there is one person who has been my rock through it all. Happy birthday to my beautiful wife, you have stood by me when things were tough and reminded me of my strength when I needed it most. I would not be who I am without you." Adam continued, "To everyone who supported me, who believed in me and showed love, thank you, it means more than I can ever put into words. And to those who doubted me or tried to bring me down, I carry no negativity towards you. I have already won in the ways that matter most. I have love, I have happiness and I have stayed true to myself, and that is something no one can ever take away from me. I hope one day you can do the same." Sunita makes another TV show appearance and stands by her word. On Monday, Sunita appeared on Good Morning Britain and doubled down in her support of David. She said, "I'm sorry to the fans, the devotions, I think the social media, the fans accusing people of bullying, these things. I know David got loud. He wanted to make his point. Actually it came across as bullying. In the camp, a lot of the stuff going between David and Adam, there was a few times when David said, "Stop guys, stop now." I did get to that with David. Adam was behind my back going. Literally two 8-year-olds. Piggy in the middle to get one in trouble, he's getting in trouble. Once I saw that I was like, okay guys you've got it. Not needed here. Harry dismisses bullying claims as banter. And Harry appeared on TalkSport on Monday where he likened the show to being on an episode of Jeremy Kyle. He said, "I thought he'd gone to the wrong show. I thought it was the Jeremy Kyle show. I've never seen so much aggravation. I thought him in the wrong studio here. All the crowd is shouting and things. Oh, it was a nightmare. I thought, I'm not a celebrity. Get me out of here." That's what I was going to say. David was, he was in good form, David hey. But listen, Andy, we've been brought up in dressing rooms. You've been around football, you two guys, Andy, all your life. Banter. This wasn't strong banter compared to what you've had in dressing rooms over the years. You just get on with it, don't you? It all got out of hand. People couldn't take a bit of banter and it became a big issue. Ashley says the banter went too far and Adam's outburst was out of character. Ashley also spoke about the final on Heart FM and said the lads' banter went too far and that Adam's outburst was out of character, but he showed remorse and apologized. She also shut down claims David tried to make amends with Adam at the I'm A Celebrity Live final and says he did not want to win out of sympathy. Ashley said, "It was chaos, it was absolute chaos. It's a shame really because Adam, Thomas, did become the legend and I don't think he was even able to enjoy it because of all of the drama that went on. He had a really tough time in there and it was unfortunate that they had a moment to discuss things as adults and maybe clear the air a little bit. But instead, it was yelling and unfortunate behavior. I was disappointed and my heart hurt a bit inside because there's so much going on in the world and for us to then treat each other like that. We all went through this really tough experience, and we all could have sat and discussed as adults. It's a TV show and it's supposed to be entertaining, and I was just a little bit disappointed by their behavior.